The moment I pulled into my driveway in Cedar Hollow, Montana, and my remote failed to open the garage, I knew something was wrong. Stepping out, confused, I froze. The garage door was wedged half open with a crowbar discarded on the ground, and inside, crammed wall-to-wall, were 3 massive pickup trucks, parked as if they belonged. At first, I thought I'd been robbed or someone was squatting. Then Lila Monroe, a neighbor, strolled by, waved casually and said, "Marlene said you were doing the HOA a favor." I blinked. Marlene Baxter, Silver Pines HOA president. I wasn't even in the HOA. My property bordered Oak Ridge Estates, outside their control. This wasn't just parked trucks. It was a declaration of war I never signed up for. Drop a comment. Where are you reading this? Here's how I turned an HOA's audacious garage takeover into a thorny victory. I dropped my backpack on the porch and peered through the half-open door. Oil puddles, cardboard boxes, and dented bumpers filled my garage, each truck bearing decals for an unfamiliar renovation company. My tools, lawn gear, and backup freezer were shoved aside or buried in a corner. Stunned, I ruled out burglary. The plates weren't hidden. Someone believed they had a right to my space. Lila's comment confirmed it. Marlene, the HOA's self-proclaimed queen, known for passive-aggressive jabs about my shutters not matching her community aesthetic. I'd brushed off her hints to join the HOA, valuing my autonomy. Breaking into my garage to store trucks? That was a new level of audacity. Fuming, I locked my house and marched to the HOA clubhouse on Maple Lane, its overgrown roses and faded flagpoles screaming neglect, Marlene's white SUV parked arrogantly in the handicap spot. No answer at my knock. I pounded harder. A teen in flip-flops waved me in, muttering, "Marlene's in book club." Inside, Marlene sat on a wicker chair, sipping tea like royalty. She looked up, feigning surprise. "Oh, hi, Derek," she said, as if I'd popped by for a chat. "Hope you don't mind the trucks. We had a space issue, and your garage was just sitting there." I cut her off, voice steady but sharp. "You broke into my property. There are 3 trucks in my garage. That's illegal." She scoffed. "It's not breaking in if it's for community use. Your lot borders the HOA. It's confusing. We thought you were part of it." "You thought wrong," I snapped. "I'm not in the HOA. My land's outside your rules." Marlene set down her tea, her patience exaggerated. The zoning committee updated the map last quarter, expanding community utility access. "It's democratic." "I didn't vote," I said. "You don't have to," she grinned. "The board did." My voice rose. "I'm not on your board." She stood, asserting control. "The trucks are temporary. My nephew's business needs storage for the community center renovation. Be proud you're contributing." Disgusted, I stepped back. "Move them by tomorrow, or I'm calling a tow company." Her smirk widened. "We'll tow the tow truck. HOA security has final say." I left, her words echoing. HOA security has final say. Laughable, yet chilling. Back home, I pulled my property files. Within 10 minutes, I confirmed my land was outside the Silver Pines HOA, a deliberate choice for peace. The next morning, I called Evergreen Towing, explaining the trespass. The operator hesitated, but agreed to arrive by 2 p.m. A flatbed backed into my driveway, the driver requesting my ID and signature. As he hooked the first truck, satisfaction surged. Then tires screeched, dust flew, and Marlene's SUV skidded up, followed by a black truck labeled HOA Security. 2 men in polo shirts barked, "Unhook that. It's HOA equipment." The driver raised his hands. I was hired by the owner. Marlene waved her clipboard like a judge. "Unauthorized tow. These are essential for HOA operations. You'll be fined." The driver backed down, muttering, "Sorry, sir. If it's a legal dispute, I need police verification." Marlene smirked triumphantly. "Told you. Good luck getting your garage back." Heart pounding, I dialed Uncle Nathan Hayes, a retired zoning attorney with a knack for crushing property law abusers. "Hey, Nathan," I said. "It's time." He chuckled. "Be home in 30 minutes. Nathan arrived in his navy blazer and aviators, briefcase in hand. At my kitchen island, he reviewed my deed and zoning map, muttering, "They screwed up crossing your line." As I recounted Marlene's break-in, the trucks, and the HOA's security threat, he scribbled furiously, pausing at their impersonation of authority. "This'll be more fun than golf," he grinned. We walked the property with his laser rangefinder, confirming my land separation from the HOA, no overlap, no shared utilities. Nathan had me install cameras, one on the garage exterior, one on the driveway, one inside capturing the trucks. He called county contacts, filing a trespass notice and zoning complaint. By morning, Keith Larson, a zoning inspector, called, eager. "We've had issues with that HOA. I'll investigate this week." Keith arrived, snapping photos of the trucks, broken lock, and Marlene's keypad and HOA equipment storage sign. "They said your HOA?" he asked. I showed the map. His eyes gleamed. Marlene grew bolder, parading guests past my garage like a tour guide, even handing a key to a contractor, claiming I'd approved it. I intervened, informing the confused contractor of her lie. He apologized and left. Marlene snapped, "It's community space. You don't gatekeep progress." I added a sidewalk camera that night. Edna Walsh, a neighbor wary of Marlene, tipped me off. The HOA board, bribed with promises of a tennis court, had voted to annex bordering properties for logistical use. Nathan laughed. "Let her dig deeper. The city's watching." A county building inspector arrived unannounced, probing Marlene's unpermitted keypad on my garage, listed under an invalid HOA address. He removed it, taping a violation notice to the wall. Marlene stormed over, banging my door with an HOA handbook. "You had no right to report us. You're destabilizing harmony," she screamed. I asked who authorized her board over my land. "The neighborhood decided," she claimed. "When did I join the neighborhood?" Her face twisted. "You should belong. Your siding matches ours." I pointed to the violation notice. "Do not enter. Under review." She paled, mumbled about legal counsel, and retreated. The county's report confirmed trespass, unpermitted systems, and HOA overreach, scheduling a hearing with fines pending. Nathan read it gleefully, suggesting thorn bushes, a legal, native barrier. "Sharp enough to stop a moose," he grinned. Friday night, my new camera pinged at midnight. Live feed showed Marlene, in dark clothes, flashlight and crowbar in hand, prying the garage side door. She didn't know I'd wired silent alarms. I triggered red lights inside. 90 seconds later, police strobes lit the driveway. Marlene was caught mid-break-in, claiming she'd lost a community file. The officer cuffed her, unimpressed, as she glared at my camera. Sipping tea behind my curtains, I whispered, "Game on." Morning brought silence. No HOA joggers, no Marlene strutting. Nathan drafted vacate notices for the trucks, giving 48 hours before impound, filed with the county. We posted camera updates online, emailing footage to zoning and police, and mounted a laminated sign. Private property. No HOA access. The trucks stayed put, likely awaiting Marlene's return, but her arrest tied her to the trespass. A car idled nearby, and Brian Ellis, an HOA board member, approached, offering to lease the garage. I refused, citing their illegal vote based on Marlene's outdated 2006 map. Nathan dismissed him, threatening a process server. Marlene posted bail, returning quietly in a hat and sunglasses, but Edna reported her unhinged HOA meeting, ranting about my commercial enterprise. A local blog, Cedar Sentinel, posted Queen Marlene Claims Garage, sparking viral shares. My inbox filled with interview requests and thorn bush queries. Nathan's city attorney friend revealed an HOA financial probe, uncovering Marlene's dummy contractor account, M. Baxter, funneling funds. We handed files to investigators. The city audited the HOA, Marlene's house was searched, board members resigned, and a settlement offer, apology and damages, was rejected. We sued for trespass, damage, harassment, and distress, fueled by media coverage and Reddit's entitled People thread with arrest screenshots and thorn photos. The HOA appointed Hank Larson, distancing itself from Marlene, issuing apologies and withdrawing claims. Marlene vanished, her Maple Lane house dark, curtains drawn. Jason Baxter, her nephew, apologized, unaware of her lies about my garage, offering to clean oil stains. I declined. He was another victim. A town hall at Willow Creek High drew neighbors sharing HOA horror stories. I spoke, showing footage, earning applause for defending boundaries. A student asked about a moat. I laughed. Thorns are close enough. The teachers said I made zoning law gripping. At a hardware store, I overheard Marlene, now with Baxter Property Consulting, advising a couple on fences, warning of rogue neighbors. I smiled and left. The HOA's newsletter announced boundary recognition standards, requiring legal training. Our lawsuit settled with the HOA's public admission of trespass and overreach, posted online and mailed to residents. My garage was mine. Tools back, freezer reinstalled, oil stains gone. Thorn bushes bloomed, floodlights glowed, and a sign stood tall. Not in the HOA. This garage is not your storage. Marlene's legacy faded to memes, her schemes buried under thorns. Oak Ridge Estates learned. Know your boundaries or face something sharp.